Hello students, your instructor here, John Mandela, with another screencast. This one about the week 7 color theory assignment, and you have to make a kind of more modernized RGB color wheel or color diagram. If I were going to do the assignment, and there's certainly a number of ways to do this that aren't like this, but if I were to do it, this is how I would do it. I've created the three circles, R, the G, and the B, right? Red, green, and blue. And they're against a solid black background. Red, notice it's normal, so it's opaque, things like that. I'll just take this red layer and set it to screen. Green layer I would set to screen. The blue layer I don't have to, but I'll set that to screen as well. So once I set all these to screen, they're going to interact with each other because they're RGB. Adding more light, that's what the screen blending mode does. It kind of adds up all the light that's there to create the new colors. So between the red and the green is yellow, between the green and the blue is cyan, and between the blue and the red is magenta, and the middle is white. And this is perfect because if you read the book, it talks about how RGB and CMY, they're not really opposites of each other, they're inverses of each other. I'm sure you noticed when you were looking at your 12-point color wheel, which is subtractive, you saw colors that were like the red, the green, the blue in there as well. Anyway, now that we have this set up, you have to add some images, you have to make it your own. So what I did is I'm like, well, if I were to do the assignment, I have a basketball shape. I'll turn this layer on. I kind of lined it up nicely with my red circle area. It's a grayscale basketball shape. And I have one for the left side and one for the right side. So if I do this, though, it's opaque and it covers up all the nice color blending that I have. However, I'm going to take this and use an underused, or I should say uncommon, blending mode called hard light. I'll do the same thing with ball left, hard light, and ball right, hard light. So now what's going on is I still get all the colors, red, green, blue, and then yellow, cyan, magenta, and white. This hard light has blended the basketball texture and black lines nicely against the color. So if I were doing the assignment, this is how I would do it. I would just create the RGB colors as needed and then blend other objects on top of them that were grayscale. So in other words, it's kind of the opposite of what you did for the assignment where you had to make a modernized 12-point color wheel. That video, if you remember, was grayscale images below and then different colored layers on top that were set up with the blending mode of color. This one, these three layers are set up with a blending mode of screen to get the blending correct in between them. And I have grayscale images over the top, and they're set up with a hard light. And experiment, some of you might be soft light, okay, that doesn't work in this case, or vivid light, or maybe it's going to be linear light. Just experiment with it until you get the one that's going to work best for your imagery. Another way you can do it is to, 7 separate images, a red, a green, a blue, a cyan, a yellow, magenta, and a white, kind of overlapped on top of each other, not necessarily blending, like in the example provided. Experiment with it, have fun. It doesn't have to be 3 of the same images or 7 of the same images. It could be all different ones. I've seen students do it with different fruit or different cars or, whatever. So just have fun with it. That's how you do it. Any questions, let me know. That's all I got. Goodbye.